Former Governor John Hickenlooper has come under fire recently for what critics have called a slush fund in the governor's office. Now, CBS 4's political specialist Sean Boyd has learned that fund is one of dozens in various state departments that not even lawmakers know about, and Sean, dozens of undisclosed funds.
Yeah, Karen, we are talking about millions of dollars. It's mind-boggling, really. We began looking into this with our partner, the Colorado Sun, when questions surfaced about how Governor Hickenlooper was spending money from a fund in his office. No one knows exactly how many of these funds exist, how much money is in them, and how that money is being spent. But one lawmaker plans to find out. As a member and former chair of the powerful Joint Budget Committee, Senator Dominick Moreno has in-depth knowledge of state finances. But even he didn't know about all the money state departments take in that isn't reported and that the legislature has no control over. Money from legal settlements, federal grants, and other sources. Moreno says because the funds aren't part of the state budget, it's as though they don't exist.
The federal government provides that money to individual agencies and then expects them to utilize the funding as they've outlined in federal statute.
But as a fund in the governor's office revealed, oversight is sometimes lacking. Governor Hickenlooper has come under fire for vague and questionable expenditures from the fund. As CBS 4 reported earlier, Democrats on the audit committee shot down a request to audit the fund. But Moreno, also a Democrat, says he wants full transparency and will introduce a bill requiring it.
And we regularly get requests from departments that say, we see a deficiency in this area, we need more resources. But if we don't have a complete picture of all the resources that those departments draw upon, then we can't make informed decisions.
Not all the funds are federal dollars. Moreno says the governor's office also distributes state dollars from an emergency response fund for things like the 2013 floods. But he says there's loose accounting here, too.
There were a couple of line items that said, road, $2 million, or road, $500,000. And I'm like, all right, well, which road is it? Which sections were improved? And that's the type of specificity that we expect and that we will hold departments accountable to.
Accountability and transparency, he says, are the goals of the bill, which will identify the funds in each department, the amount of money in them, and how it's been spent.
Those funds should follow the same process as anything else. Even if we don't appropriate the dollars, that transparency is so important.
Now, Moreno expects his bill will encounter some resistance, admitting it's a lot of data collection and reporting, but he says good government comes first. This is a story with a lot of moving parts. The Colorado Sun will have a full report online tomorrow morning.
All right, Sean, you've learned that the governor's office has some of these funds. Any other executive office like the AG or Secretary of State?
The Attorney General's office certainly would have legal settlements that fall under the reporting in this bill. But again, we simply don't know how many departments, how many agencies out there have these funds.
All right, Sean, thank you for your reporting.